How about geographic locations? And this is a kind of a double question in terms of where you target. Are you targeting companies that are primarily themselves in the United States? Do you have a global customer base? And then do you also have data that covers both North America and then globally?
Yes, we're a global data set. We have about 17 million companies in our database around the world. It's every public company, which is about 50,000. And then all of the rest of the millions are private companies. And we have about 50 million contacts or decision maker contacts in our database. And we're on a path to get to 100 million contacts by the end of this year, while at the same time maintaining our data quality and data accuracy. And you can imagine in the middle of a pandemic with everybody changing jobs, that's a very difficult thing to do. And the only reason that we're really confident in our ability to do it better, let's just say better than everybody else, never 100%, is because we use very sophisticated AI-based technology to aggregate and triangulate, which means try to find the same data in multiple places, and then validate things like email addresses through third-party email validation. But the only way you can achieve accuracy at scale is to have multiple sources of data, triangulate it, and then validate it. But to get back to your original question about geography, about half of our database is in North America, and about the other half is spread in other regions of the world. Because we're looking to triangulate data off of multiple sources, we tend to have more data in places where companies are more digitally visible. So we would have more information about tech companies or about financial services companies than we might about a dry cleaner, for example. And in markets where there is more data available, we can validate the data more easily. So in markets like China, even in some regions of South America, it's a little bit harder to obtain data to validate. So we tend to be more strong in North America and in Western Europe and English-speaking countries around the world.
Okay, that's pretty amazing. I have a specific question about languages. What if it's a digital culture, but the language is not an English-speaking character? Can you also find and verify data places where other languages are used as the primary language for writing?
Yeah, so it depends what data you're talking about. We do have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of companies in markets where English is not the first language. But news and the fact that we categorize news based on natural language processing to associate mergers and acquisitions or leadership change or funding events or bankruptcies, that type of categorized news in our world only works with the natural language processing of English content. So we may have companies listed in China. We have lots of them. In fact, we work with some of the larger supply chain companies, but not companies, but applications. But we're only able to present the signals or the real-time news on English content.
Very nice.